Hello and welcome to HBM's Crypto-Corner for Wednesday, September 29th, 2021. We have several things to talk about, so let's get started. First thing is, there was some supposed drone footage of Nessie taken, but it looks as if it's been debunked. Let's check it out.
So, this video has been making the rounds. I first saw it on News Alert. A wild camper couldn't believe it when he caught the Loch Ness Monster on his 4K drone footage. And here it is. It's kind of short, so it was looped and zoomed and so on and so forth to make for a longer video. Yes, this kind of video could have easily been made by grabbing an image and throwing it onto a video mask to layer onto the video, and that's exactly what was done. Damn near right after it was released, Mr. Sam Sheeran came up with the image that was used to superimpose onto the video. Nice job, Mr. Sam, and thanks for watching.
I think nothing more needs to be said. Dr. Jane Goodall has thrown her hat in the ring once again to talk about Sasquatch. Oops. Dr. Jane Goodall has thrown her hat in the ring once again to talk about Sasquatch. This time in GQ magazine. Answers a question about the existence of Bigfoot. The renowned primatologist and anthropologist explained that a number of factors contributed to her response, especially one incident which occurred in Ecuador. She does not give the year nor the exact location, only to say her plane flew for 2 solid hours over unbroken forest, stopping at a small village of 30 to 50 people, whose only communications link to the outside world was hunters passing through who carried and delivered messages. She asked her interpreter to query them about if the hunters ever talked about seeing a monkey without a tail. 3 of the hunters came back and said, "Oh yes, we've seen monkeys without tails. They walk upright. They're about 6 feet tall." Upright, tailless, 6-foot tall monkeys. Needless to say, Goodall was intrigued. This was not the first time she's talked about Bigfoot in an interview. In 2018, she told Yahoo Entertainment that she's met people who claim to be Bigfoot witnesses, and they have come from every continent except Antarctica. Goodall reiterates this in the GQ interview, but then adds an interesting new twist. So I don't know if it's perhaps a myth that stems from maybe the last of the Neanderthals. But then is the last of the Neanderthals still living in these remote forests? Evidence has been mounting recently that humans lived with and had sex with Neanderthals, Denisovans, and other archaic humans possibly as recently as 12,000 years ago, certainly close enough in time that folkloric tales of different beings could evolve into tales of Bigfoot, Yowie, Yeti, wild men, and more. But is the esteemed Jane Goodall saying she believes a Neanderthal could still be living in Ecuador or Washington State or Australia? I don't know, but I'm not going to say it doesn't exist, and I'm not going to say people who believe it are stupid. That may not be a yes, but it certainly is well past a maybe. Few people have spent more time with our modern closest biological neighbors, the chimpanzees. So we have something very intriguing from Dr. Jane Goodall and something intriguing from the forests of Ecuador. 6 foot tall, upright, walking, tailless monkeys. Very interesting. Mystery creature described as Big Black Panther spotted 3 more times in Neston and Wirral. And this is in England, where they've had several, you might say, Intriguing big cat sightings. Looks like I have to complete a survey. There have been 3 more sightings of big cats in Whirl. Last week, witnesses reported sightings of large black cat-like creatures in Heswall. Now more people have come forward to report 4 more sightings in the region. The initial report made to Puma Watch North Wales was the sighting of a large black cat seen limping down Kestrel Road in Heswall in the early morning hours on August 15th. Then another witness reported seeing an animal matching the same description on Whitfield Common on September 1st. Since then, Puma Watch North Wales, a group set up to investigate and document such encounters in Wrexham, Denbighshire, and Flintshire, has received reports of 4 more sightings. These encounters took place near Neston, Upton, along with a 3rd sighting in Heswall. So, yes, in England, there are sightings going on of large cats. Large melanistic cats, black cats. And these people can't be mistaken, I wouldn't think. I would think they would know the difference between a large domestic kitty cat and a large leopard-like creature. Very fascinating. Finally, apparently what appears to be a large 4-legged creature was caught on video.
Come here, boys!
Portia Obergfell loves being outdoors with her 2 boys, 1-year-old Finn and 4-year-old Cooper.
We're out here every chance that we get.
But now?
No, I won't be out here. No.
You're scared.
Yeah.
An unwelcomed intruder invaded her Monroe County property and disturbed the peace Portia treasures with her beloved pooches.
It's a little unsettling, especially knowing that this is going to be our forever home and we're bringing 2 fur babies.
Obergfell says during the wee hours of the morning, Saturday,
It was around 12:45.
when the creature creeped onto her property, Obergfell's surveillance camera caught the cat on video. What did you initially think it was?
Maybe a bug flying on the lens? Because it was small on my phone.
It definitely wasn't a small bug, but a big wild cat.
I was shocked. That's when I nudged the husband and was like, "You've got to see this."
The couple kept wondering exactly what was the long-legged, lurking, seemingly lost thing that passed lots of deer when it descended onto the family's farm.
That's been kind of the question right now. Is if it's a bobcat or a cougar. I shared the photo.
Neighbor Jennifer Krebs couldn't believe how fast the video took off on social media.
There was already 30 to 40,000 people engaged, so it's a big issue.
The big cat also left deputies and the Department of Natural Resources scratching their heads.
If you see the animal, obviously don't approach.
So it's been 4 days and counting, and so far the wayward wildcat has not cropped up again, and that's perfectly fine for everybody who lives out here. In June, this black bear roamed around Columbia for weeks before finally taking a hike. Portia prays this feline follows.
I just hope it's working its way through.
Robert Townsend.
Maybe heading elsewhere out of Monroe County.
5 on your side.
So, interesting stuff. Very interesting. And Illinois does have a history of big cat sightings, believe it or not. Several states actually have histories of having large black cats. Although you couldn't tell if it was black or not, the video was black and white. So you couldn't tell if the cat was black or what it was. Could have been brown. An out of place mountain lion, perhaps? That's a good question. Who knows? But still, very intriguing and fascinating, you have to say that much. And that's going to do it for this week. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. And I'll continue to do this as long as you guys want me to. And hey, until next week, y'all be good.